Fans, get ready. On Friday, October 3rd, The Bold and the Beautiful delivers a shock that could tear families apart. Ridge and Brooke discover the unthinkable: Luna is alive. Her return brings chaos, betrayal, and the threat of war. With Katie torn, Bill defiant, and Lee at her breaking point, the stage is set for explosive choices that will change everything. The scene opens with a revelation that shakes the very foundation of the Forrester and Logan families. Katie, her voice trembling, delivers the words Ridge and Brooke never expected to hear: Luna is alive. For a split second, silence consumes the room. Brooke's eyes widen in horror, while Ridge grips the edge of the table, as though reality itself is slipping out from under him. Luna's survival isn't celebrated, it's feared. Because for Ridge and Brooke, this woman isn't a victim who cheated death. She's a criminal, a destroyer of peace, and a threat that refuses to stay buried. Every memory of Luna's chaos resurfaces: her manipulations, her reckless choices, and above all, the pain she inflicted on the people they love. To Ridge, justice is the only answer. She belongs behind bars, he insists, his voice hard, his jaw set. Brooke, her protective instincts burning, agrees without hesitation. But their unity comes with a dangerous consequence. By demanding Luna's arrest, they pit themselves directly against Bill Spencer, the one man powerful enough, stubborn enough, and reckless enough to resist them at every turn. Fans, can you imagine this standoff? Ridge and Brooke standing shoulder to shoulder, fueled by moral outrage, demanding Bill hand over Luna, while Bill, arms crossed, eyes blazing, refuses to yield. This isn't just a disagreement. It's the opening move in a war that could rip families apart. The real question isn't if Ridge and Brooke will demand justice. It's how far they're willing to push when Bill fights back with everything he has. In the middle of this firestorm stands Katie Logan, torn between loyalty to her sisters and loyalty to the man she once loved. For Ridge and Brooke, the choice is clear: Luna must go to prison. But Katie sees something they refuse to acknowledge: complication, consequence, and the possibility of a life hanging in the balance. Katie argues that before Luna is dragged off in handcuffs, one crucial truth must be uncovered: the paternity test. If Luna is truly carrying Bill's child, then the stakes shift dramatically. This isn't just about crimes and punishment anymore. It's about family, legacy, and the future of an innocent baby. But Katie's compassion doesn't land as she hopes. To Brooke, her words sound dangerously close to excusing Luna's actions. To Ridge, her insistence feels like betrayal. You're protecting Bill at the cost of everyone else, Ridge snaps, unable to hide his disgust. Brooke's glare says it all: Katie is siding with the enemy. Fans, here's where the suspense sharpens. Katie isn't defending Luna, she's trying to protect a child. But in doing so, she risks alienating her sisters and reigniting the long-standing fractures within the Logan family. Will Katie's plea for patience tear the sisters apart once again? Or could she be the only one seeing the bigger picture, one that involves not just punishment, but the possibility of redemption through a child's life? Because on Bold and the Beautiful, family loyalty is never simple, and it never comes without a cost. While Ridge, Brooke, and Katie fight their battle, another war rages quietly in Dr. Lee Finnegan's heart. For years, Lee has sacrificed everything in the name of family. She risked her reputation, her career, even her freedom, all for Luna. She gave her niece chance after chance, believing that somewhere beneath the chaos and cruelty, there was a young woman worth saving. But now, that hope is gone. Lee's fury is volcanic. She looks at Luna not as the girl she once tried to protect, but as a predator who has brought shame and danger to everyone around her. Ungrateful, irredeemable, the words echo in her mind. And for the first time, she allows herself to admit it: protecting Luna has been the greatest mistake of her life. The walls are closing in fast. Victims of Luna's crimes are beginning to speak. Whispers are spreading through Los Angeles, and Lee knows she cannot hold back the tide forever. Every day Luna remains free, Lee risks losing everything, her standing as a doctor, her fragile bond with her family, and her very freedom if the truth of her cover-ups ever comes to light. Fans, picture the torment. Lee loves her family, but she also knows justice must come. Is it time to hand Luna over, not as punishment, but as a grim act of survival? By sending Luna to prison, Lee might protect herself, safeguard her reputation, and even ensure that the unborn child is brought into the world away from its mother's chaos. And then we come to Bill Spencer, the man who thrives in chaos, but this time, maybe standing at the edge of his own downfall. Bill's decision to shield Luna has already outraged Ridge and Brooke, yet his reasoning is layered, complicated, and dangerously self-serving. On the surface, Bill insists he's protecting Luna because of the baby, because no unborn child deserves to pay for its mother's sins. But beneath that argument lies a far darker truth. Bill knows that if Luna is exposed, so is he. It was Bill who used his influence, his wealth, and his pardon to grant Luna freedom once before. Every crime she committed afterward, Ridge insists, carries Bill's fingerprints. He didn't just give her another chance, he gave her the power to destroy. Now Ridge and Brooke are demanding justice. Bill, however, wants control. For him, admitting Luna belongs in prison means admitting he enabled her chaos. It means surrendering to Ridge, something Bill has never done and never will. But here's the real twist. Lee Finnegan could decide the outcome. If she hands Luna over to the police, it won't only be about punishment, it will be about survival. Lee could save herself and her family by finally breaking ties. And looming over all of it is the unborn child. That baby could become the most dangerous pawn in this battle, a living reminder of betrayal, lies, and fractured legacies. The paternity test isn't just a technicality. It's the fuse to an explosion that could rip families apart forever. While Ridge, Brooke, Bill, and Lee are locked in a war of morality and power, the younger generation faces devastation of an entirely different kind. Will Spencer, already burdened by the sins of the adults around him, now feels as though the ground has been ripped out from beneath his feet. His world is collapsing. He trusted, he loved, he believed, and now all he sees is betrayal. For Elektra, it is no easier. Her heart is shattered, her faith in love broken. Together, the two stand in the wreckage of what was once a hopeful, youthful romance. Their pain isn't simple heartbreak, it's a collision of innocence and reality. Every lie about Luna, every hidden truth about the baby, bleeds into their relationship until nothing feels pure anymore. Fans, this is the heartbreak that defines soap opera tragedy, young love poisoned by the secrets of their families. But here's where the suspense grows sharper. The looming paternity test has the potential to bind Will forever to the nightmare he longs to escape. If Luna's child is connected to him, even indirectly, how Will react? Will it push him deeper into despair, convincing him he has no control over his life? Or could it awaken something fierce inside him, a strength, a determination to rise above the chaos and prove he is more than just another Spencer casualty? The answers to these questions won't just decide Will's future. They may shape the entire next generation of the Forrester and Spencer legacy. And so, bold fans, we arrive at the cliff's edge. Luna has returned from the shadows, but her freedom is fragile and fleeting. Ridge and Brooke are united in their fury, demanding that justice be served. Katie, however, pleads for compassion, determined to ensure that the truth of the baby comes to light before Luna is condemned. Bill, caught between his guilt and his pride, fights desperately to hold on to control. And Lee? She faces the cruelest choice of all: betray her blood, or risk losing everything she has built. And then there's Will, innocent, broken, and searching for meaning in a world where every adult around him seems consumed by lies. His heartbreak with Elektra may be just the beginning of a transformation that none of us see coming. This episode isn't just another twist in the saga. It's a meditation on morality, legacy, and the sacrifices we make when justice collides with family. Every character is standing on the edge of their own abyss, and one wrong step could send them spiraling into ruin. So, what do you think? Should Lee finally hand Luna over to the authorities? Will Katie's defense of Bill create an irreparable rift in the Logan family? And when the paternity test is revealed, will it tear these families apart, or force them into uneasy alliances? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more bold and the beautiful breakdowns. Because in this world, the drama never ends, it only deepens.